Braum's is bringing the heat. Introducing Braum's new spicy chicken sandwiches. Flavor this good just can't be beat. Braum's crispy, tender, spicy chicken delivers just enough kick to ramp up our original recipe. Get it regular or club style with crispy bacon and American cheese. Add on Braum's sauce for that extra burst of heat, and you have spicy chicken sandwich perfection. Because nothing is better than Braum's.
Stream like the pros with Skordle Live. Find out more at skordle.com/stream.
Braum's is bringing the heat. Introducing Braum's new spicy chicken sandwiches. Flavor this good just can't be beat. Braum's crispy, tender, spicy chicken delivers just enough kick to ramp up our original recipe. Get it regular or club style with crispy bacon and American cheese. Add on Braum's sauce for that extra burst of heat, and you have spicy chicken sandwich perfection. Because nothing is better than Braum's.
All right, welcome to day 3 of the state tournament. Thursday here at the Big House. Going to recap yesterday's action and then take a look at what's going on today here as we tip off in the Class 2A Boys Division coming up in about 35 minutes with Dale and Cashman. So yesterday was Class B boys and girls. Morning got started off. By the time I got to my seat, Calumet was already up 20 in the first half. They're continuing to play some great basketball, just loaded all the way across the board. They overwhelmed Duke early on in the first quarter, outscored them 25-18, and showed why they are the number 1 seed here in the tournament. They really didn't shoot the three-point shot very well, but again, forced a ton of turnovers and did a nice job getting out and putting that game away. Outscored Duke in every quarter. Duke's got a bunch of young players I think would expect to be back here soon. Jared Reese, second season at Dover, threw some of that suffocating defense on Braggs and got some revenge for being eliminated a year ago by the Wildcats. They had a 31-12 lead at halftime, held Braggs to only 2 points in the first half, and were able to get some shots, especially were good from the three-point line where they shot almost 50%, 5 of 11, and then were exceptionally good on their two-point shots, shot 60% from the game to go on and advance. So we'll have a great contrast in styles when Dover and Calumet play on semifinal Friday. First time for Deer Creek Lamont at the state tournament since 1978, taking on Stewart, who had made it last year. Coach Whedon, son Jaron Whedon, had an outstanding game, 22 points, hit all of his free throws in the game. He was 9 for 9, played all 32 minutes. Deer Creek Lamont got a good squad, a young squad that I think we'll hear from a lot in the future. But Stewart's a team really to keep the eye on in this Class B bracket as they knocked off Deer Creek Lamont 68-57. Final game of the day, Hammond Warriors against the Wilson Tigers, and another incredible effort from the Shelburne brothers, Zion and Keyshawn. They combined for 45 points. Zabrian had 12, Zabrian Shelburne and Charles Shelburne 4, and see only about 14 other points from anyone else on that Wilson roster. But the brothers can really, really play, and they do everything well. They're good defensively. They can really shoot the basketball, and they took it to Hammond. Hammond stayed in the game, had the lead after the first quarter, and Larry Johnson shows why he's one of the best doing it out there. So Wilson advances on the other side of the bracket, and we have that potential rematch of the state championship game a year ago between Wilson and Calumet on tap. Of course, Dover, the team that beat Wilson in the regional tournament, also on that other side of the bracket. The game everybody was talking about yesterday was a crazy one. It was back and forth and up and down between Hammond and Leedy, huge rivals in western Oklahoma. And that game went into double overtime, and the score is very deceiving because Hammond outscored Leedy 14-0 in the second overtime. What a game for Henley West. This is our final run here at the state tournament. The senior for Hammond, who's been a force in the paint. She had 36 points and 15 rebounds. And for anybody that wants to win the state championship in the Class B girls division, they're going to have to deal with Henley West. She was amazing. So Leedy gave him a great game and almost pulled the potential upset of the top seed in the tournament, but they fell short in double overtime yesterday, 59-45. Kiowa and Whitesboro was a good game. Kiowa won 62-51. Both teams shot the ball pretty well in the contest. 57% for Kiowa was the better of the two in that one. So Kiowa, they advance, they move on. Balanced scoring for the Cowboys, who won that game, and will face Hammond on semifinal Friday in the second round. Chattanooga, maybe with the upset yesterday, the biggest upset that we saw. Chatty knocked off Lakiba Sickles and had a balanced effort scoring. J.C. Castle had a big game. She had a double-double, 12 points and 10 rebounds. And Chattanooga got it done 38-30 and did it with a big second half, outscoring Lakiba Sickles 24-10. So the Lady Panthers are finished. Great tradition there, and always considered to be a team to look for at the state tournament. Maybe the best performance in the Class B girls bracket was Arnett, who continues to be on an incredible roll. Landry Bayless had 7 steals. We've talked about her a lot here on this platform on Skordle. She had 17 points. Great speed and very pesky. Arnett is playing good basketball right now. The best basketball of the year at the right time. Had that big loss to Hammond earlier this season. But I think they'd love to get a chance maybe to potentially have some revenge for that game that happened early on this year. So Arnett goes on to the semifinals to take on Chattanooga. Today, coming up here in a few minutes, it's got Dale and Cashin, the Pirates, looking to extend that winning streak within the class 2A. Played Cashin in the state tournament 3 years ago in the first championship of what is now 3 consecutive for the Pirates. And the Wildcats, the last 2A team, to beat them. Cashin and John Hardaway's team really riding some good defense through the state tournament or through the area tournament to make it here to the state tournament. So that'll be a game to watch today, but we'll see if anyone can hang with this incredible Dale team. Their record is just unbelievable over the last few years, and they have been dominant leading up to the state tournament. Hartshorn and Fairland are 2 newcomers here to the state tournament. Hartshorn was last year in 1954. Fairland was last year in 1925. Apparently going to have a guitar solo for the national anthem right now, so it's pretty loud. But those 2 teams, really, it should be about a pick-em between those. The game at noon today, Rejoice Christian and Hooker. Hooker, a perennial favorite coming in here to the state tournament. Rejoice Christian, a team that's played up in class this season. And Rejoice, second time that they've been to the state tournament. They would have qualified in 2020, of course, but that tournament was wiped out by COVID. They've won all their state tournament games they've ever been a part of. And a really impressive duo there of Zizi Okafalizi, Division I college football prospect, and Camion Compton-Nero, just a freshman who was a big part of their football team also, and a D1 basketball prospect with multiple offers right now, going up against this experienced Hooker team that brings back most of their squad from a year ago. Ironically, these 2 teams played in the state football championship, won by Rejoice 35-14. Then the final game of the day, a couple of really, really good teams, Pecola and Riverside. The Riverside Braves here at the state tournament for the first time since 2016. Their last win here was in 2004. Pecola has been to the tournament with the runner-up last year, got to the finals against Dale. It's their 4th straight trip. So Coach Barlow, Derek Barlow, is doing a nice job with this squad, and they've played a tough schedule. Went to Hooping on the Hill in Fayetteville, Arkansas, where they faced 5A and 6A teams from Arkansas. Started off the year 0-3, but since then their record is 18-3. They've been really good against mostly Class 2A competition. 2A girls coming up tonight. The big one, the first one right off the bat, is Merritt and Dale. A lot of people feel like this is the most balanced bracket that we have here at the state tournament. Those 2 teams met in the state finals a year ago, and that game was won by the Merritt Oilers. So Dale got a little revenge on their mind, and that opening game should be a defensive battle. OBA has been excellent all season long. Another team that's been here the last 3 years. They take on Latta. It's a Latta squad that's got victories over many of the girls' teams that are here at the state tournament. Then the 7:30 game tonight, traditional Power How against Hartshorn. Speaking to a lot of people here around the arena, Hartshorn is the pick of many to be the state champions this year. They've got a veteran squad and girls that have been to the tournament many years in a row. So we'll watch that game tonight. How, of course, talked about their tradition is tremendous. And then the final game tonight, they got Alyssa Parker, who's committed to go to OU to play softball, taking on an undefeated Okima team that might be somewhat of a dark horse. Not earning a ton of respect, but they have not lost this year. So it's going to be another big day here at the Big House, getting started in about 20 minutes. And then we'll have semifinal Friday tomorrow, back here on Monday as the big schools come to the Big House for the first time. So looking forward to all the action today, and we'll continue to give you some recaps and updates here on Skordle.tv. Everybody have a great Thursday.